close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm planning on pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in the front of it's up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's saying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't son to believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin there, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing out nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time of $1, so cut her eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know all the plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressive to watch. We play at the levels of Letterman jocks. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang all out, Iwo Jima got one flag. Yeah.
Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I got a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop, he paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire. D'Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gon' block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I'm fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I'm in it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, get me to play. Roger that, gang torn, alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all. Heidi, thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sicko mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, froze on with the flow.
I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. I don't think they running at my pace. Jordan 1s, gotta keep them laced. If she bad, I might have to get a taste. Whip go vroom, all set, I'm on a chase. That's the way. I said I'ma do it, I'ma get it anyways.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
We have freedom. They try to take it, I'm getting it back. And if they hit me, they gotta get taxed. I'm making hit after hit after hit, and I promise you, boy, every one of them slap. Hop on a verse and I body it quick. They never work, and it's why we don't mix. I don't got time for the fake, and I swear that I'll always say real, something they never did. Oh, they saying that I'm up next. I told them that I'm up now. Promise I came for the next. I'm needing honeys on honeys, cause that's what I'm worth. Show me the finish, I'm getting it first. Show me the best, and that's me and my worst. I need that money, I'm getting it now. I'm at the top, but I started way down. I told them hundreds of times that I'm really done waiting. I swear that I came for the crown. You should go ahead and write over. I was in a 4, leveled up to the Rover. Feeling like Blake, I'ma put him on a poster. I don't really play when it come to my checks. I've been in the gym, so you know I gotta flex. If I shoot a shot, then it's gonna be a wet dog. I'm coming for these meals, I ain't taking no less. Yeah, I ain't really taking no less. Now they tryna send me that text. I ain't hitting back, they stress. I'm needing honeys on honeys, cause that's what I'm worth. Show me the finish, I'm getting it first. Show me the best, and that's me and my worst. I need that money, I'm getting it now. I'm at the top, but I started way down. I told them hundreds of times that I'm really done waiting. I swear that I came for the crown.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. I'm out of breath, guys. I just had to run pretty far away to go grab some fresh Aztec and cactus moss water. I already downed one today. But, guys, excuse me being out of breath. I appreciate all you guys for tuning in to tonight's live stream to do 2 hours of live TA on this thing they call Bitcoin, which decided to do something today, and then it decided to go right back to where it was. But we're going to be breaking down the price action. I set myself up for this. No, I can breathe, guys. I'm just a little out of breath. I'm not having like an asthma attack, but I'm just out of breath because I ran. But shout out to the inhalers in the chat. I see you guys out there just looking out for my health. And guys, it's all a joke. I don't actually have an inhaler. I actually got into a big argument with Tony for making that inhaler emoji because it's just not even true. But guys, my lungs work fine. I can breathe totally fine. It was all just a big gag. It was a bit, the inhaler thing. It was all joke, guys. But anyway, guys, we got an amazing show for you tonight. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. We're taking a look at some of those altcoins. We're going to be taking a look at a new, somewhat new, pretty bearish signal popping up on the daily time frame. Are we going to get a move up before a move down? As you guys know, kind of my general sentiment on the market right now is that we will see a move to the downside at some point. The question is, are we going to get one last push to the upside before coming back down? I'm going to break it all down on tonight's live stream. We're taking a look at the key levels on Bitcoin to the downside and the upside. If we do get a pump, where are we looking for that rejection? If you guys watch the show, you probably have a pretty good idea of where we're looking, but we're going to be going over everything again on tonight's show. And without further ado, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure. More spins, more wins, more free stuff. And if we hit 550 likes on tonight's live stream, I will go ahead and add a Frankie Candles hat to the giveaway. Color choice, a color of your choice, whatever color you want. You like this color? I don't have any other ones in here. We got black. We got a bunch of really cool colors. You guys can pick it yourself. But if we get 550, we will add that to the giveaway on top of all the crypto we'll give away. So smash that like button. And before we jump into the charts, guys, we got to say what's up to the CandleMafia. But real quick, before we do that, look over there. What's that? I don't know what that was. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and jump on into chat and see who is in here tonight. Shout out to the Hitman. Guys, listen, if you're part of the CandleMafia, you know you got to show some respect to the Hitman. Shout out to you, bro. He says, the moss water hitting different. I need some, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to the Hitman. Got to show some respect. And shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. What's with the inhalers in chat? But guys, I'm breathing fine. I'm breathing fine, guys. Shout out to you guys. But yeah, shout out to the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. I appreciate it for being here, Hitman, keeping everybody in line. Don't get out of line. You don't want to get a message from the Hitman. Shout out to Crypto Nate. What is going on? Throwing that inhaler emoji in here. Dave Digital said, any color. Okay, I want black with white leather. Dave Digital, if you win the free hat, I will go above and beyond to try to find you a white leather hat. We will make a custom one just for you. If you win the giveaway. Shout out to Dave Digital. We love you, bro. But let's see here. Who else we got? We got maybe a Band-Aid who was already gifting memberships before we started the show, guys. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. I think he gifted like 10 or 15 of them. Shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. Absolute legend. Huge supporter of the channel, and I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, bro. Thank you for being here. We got Nico. We got Kush Patel. We got Riley in the house. We got Digital Wiz, not to be confused with Dave Digital. We got Mrs. Candle's Hand in the chat. Shout out to Wayne C. Thank you for being here. We got Captain Kirk, Mafia Mama. Shout out to Captain Kirk. Thank you for being here. And shout out to all our mods, guys. You know who they are. Show them some love in the chat. They help me out with the channel so much. I don't deserve these people, but they're so good. They stick around, and I love them to death. So show the mods some love. You guys know who they are. They're the real goats of this YouTube channel. And last but not least, guys, before we jump into the charts, this one's for Gomez. He hit me up in the premium Discord, and he said, hey, bro, please, for the love of God, show some calf on the stream for me. This is for you, Gomez. Oh, yeah, that was good connection, baby. That was good connection. Shout out to Gomez. I appreciate you being in the premium Discord. And sometimes you get a calf slap. You know what I'm saying? But, guys, without further ado, we got some good stuff to look at here on Bitcoin, or actually some bad stuff to look at here on Bitcoin. But we're going to break it down for you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's go. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin daily chart. Oh, wait, hold up. Shout out to Creighton C. Said smash that like, or I have no clue. I'm tired. Just smash it. Give Creighton C a break. Guys, get us at 550 likes, and we'll add that hat to the giveaway. And then Creighton C doesn't have to go overtime and, contact everybody after the stream who didn't like and have a nice conversation with them. Hey, could you please like next time? It helps with the algorithm. He does a lot behind the scenes, Creighton C. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being the like police up in the chat. But, guys, just be nice to Creighton. Smash that like button. Make his job easier. But here we are. I don't know if I'm going to need the second Aztecian cactus moss water, but I'm going to crack it anyway. But here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin daily chart. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off all our TA. I'll even turn off the indicators because I do just want to kind of break some stuff down with you guys. Now, hopefully, my trading view doesn't glitch out again and prevent me from pulling fibs. Let's pull a fib here and see if it works. Okay, we're good. We're good on the fibs today. But guys, as you know, right, yesterday on the live stream, we broke down the price action from more of a zoomed out perspective, right? We were looking at the higher time frames, talking about some of those lower prices that we could eventually come down and visit before finally, maybe continuing to range and then finally getting the halving to come, break us off into a new bull run. But there were some key levels we were looking at to the downside. Now, as you guys know, kind of my general sentiment on the market right now is that we will likely see lower prices. And, a lot of that has to do with, I'm not going to break this down too much today because we've spoken about it so much in the past. A lot of what this has to do with is the money flow on the higher daily time frames. Not only are we starting to get the weekly money flow crossover into the red, which is indicative of a continued move to the downside, or it will indicate that the longer-term trend will likely continue to the downside. But on top of that, it's not just the weekly, guys. We have this on the 6-day, now finally crossing over into the red. Your 5-day money flow has already crossed over into the red. It is starting to scoot up here. Now, we talked about this yesterday. This is not bullish money flow, in my opinion, right? It is coming right back up towards that zero line, but you have to understand we did spend a good amount of time here in the green. It might be time to spend a little bit more time in the red, but even just besides that, all these other daily time frames look pretty bad with money flow, right? So it's not like this 5-day is likely not going to be the thing that saves us. More likely than not, this would be kind of more of a fake out into the green if we even get the crossover before continuing back down lower into the red. Nothing really new. We've been looking at this for quite some time. Money flow crossing over into the red on the 4-day. 3-day money flow is coming out. Now, it is slightly curving up here, but the VWAP just printed a red dot. So we will likely see this come down just a little bit lower. So money flow on the higher time frames, guys, it just in short is bearish, right? And now that's not even mentioning the fact that we are indeed below our 200-week moving average. Now, again, guys, we kind of talked about this. It's not impossible to rip back over this, but, we got 1, 2, 3 candle closes, and our current candle on the weekly is below that 200-week moving average. Guys, my fan just turned off. I don't know what just happened there. But, this would be generally a pretty bearish sign as well, on top of the money flow coming out on the lower time frames, on top of it being September, which is typically a bearish month for Bitcoin. I think there's only been like 3 green Septembers in Bitcoin's history. So historically, this is a pretty it is pretty not great, right? Like the odds are against us here. So unless this is going to be like the 4th green September in Bitcoin's history, the technicals are looking pretty bearish, right? So it kind of makes sense that we would see a bearish September. And I want to talk about kind of what I would expect all of this price action to actually look like in just a second. But overall, higher time frames, money flow is coming out, indicating the trend will continue to the downside. But here's the thing, guys. Look at the VWAPs. VWAPs on the daily timeframes are actually curving to the upside, and this is going to be kind of the start of my investigative TA for tonight's stream, because again, like on the lower timeframes, we are simply just continuing sideways. Not much is going on, but we have a lot of bearish puzzle pieces here, right? But our higher daily time frame VWAPs are starting to come up. Now, obviously, our 3-day did print the green dot. Your Heikin-Ashi candles is getting a VWAP flop with a immediate red dot after that green dot has confirmed. However, here's the thing. Going back to regular candles, it's not confirmed, right? You still have, I guess you have 2 hours. It's not too bad here. You don't have a ton of time left on this candle. So if you do confirm that red dot on the 2-day, on the 3-day in 2 hours, that would potentially maybe step on what I'm about to talk about. But again, remember, when things are super choppy like this, you have to be extra careful. But I'm going to go off the regular candles here. Assume that there is no red dot here because there isn't on regular candles. You want to keep in mind that it is on your Heikin-Ashis. But here's kind of my thesis here. Now, with your 3-day green dot confirmed, right, your 4-day VWAP is creeping up towards that zero line, right? Starting to creep up there, looking for a potential green dot. Now, again, the green dots typically indicate the noise in the market, the ebbs and the flows, the ups and the downs within the macro trend. I talk about this all the time, and I'll actually just go ahead and hide this. Let me just go ahead and hide this TA really quick. I just deleted that. I don't want to do that. Let's hide it. But if you look here, kind of, let's go back to the yeah. So with this money flow crossover into the red, the money flow crossover into the red would indicate the longer term trend would come down, right? But the VWAP would indicate that we may be able to get an ebb or a flow to the upside before continuing to the downside. And this is kind of what we were talking about yesterday, right? You have a money flow crossover into the green right here. This was in an indication that you would likely start a macro uptrend, right? Which we generally did start, right? We had a pretty decent uptrend on the higher time frames, but all these red and green dots give you what I like to call the market noise, right? Or the internal structure, some people would call it, right? So it just gives you the little ups and the downs within the larger trend, right? So money flow indicates this, the longer term trend, and then the VWAP crossovers that we're talking about with the red and green dots indicate the little noise in the market, right? This down, this up, this down, even this down, this up, this down, this up, this down, this up. Those are typically based off of VWAP crossovers, right? So with that being said, what can we deduce from looking at a time frame like the 4-day, having money flow crossing down into the red with your VWAP coming up? That would indicate to me that we may be able to get a little retracement to the upside. And I'll be honest, guys, I honestly feel like a psychopath even talking about this still, because this has generally been the exact same thing that we've been looking for ever since we got down here, looking for that significant retracement to the upside to put in our legitimate lower high and then continuing to the downside. And you guys will know, obviously, we did get this little wick up to the level we were looking for a rejection at about $28,000, that Bybit POC. But we've talked about this even on Friday. This may not be the lower high, right? And again, the VWAPs, not the money flow, the VWAPs on the higher daily time frames may be in agreement with that, right? If we don't confirm a red dot on the 3-day here, and we get our 4-day green dot to print, our 5-day green dot to finally print, this could give us a significant move to the upside. But by significant move, I don't mean a move above 31K, right? At first, what we were looking at, and I want to talk about this a little bit, right? Because at one point, we were looking to put in a lower high right here, and lower high a higher low, and higher low meaning a higher low from this low, right? Coming in, at about 24.7, right? If we break this low, and this is going back a couple weeks now, we were talking about even before we got this breakdown, if we do come down and we do not break these wicks down here at about 24,700, that we could still technically put in the higher low and then continue to the upside. And if that is the case, we could break these yearly highs. But obviously, we did not know that we were going to get this move down to the value area low so quickly. We definitely were looking for the move down to the value area low. We just didn't know it was going to happen so fast. And the fact that it happened fast did change things slightly, right? So here's the thing. Now that we're below the 200 week, we're sitting in the middle of, not in the middle of September, the beginning of September, amongst all the other bearish things we talked about earlier in the stream, on top of what we are about to look at, which again is going to be that massive bear signal that we were talking about. A lot of you guys probably know what we're looking for or what we're talking about. But, it becomes less and less likely that this is going to be a higher low. So again, I don't think that anymore, right? This is a perfect example of like when we change our sentiment, right? We have new information on the chart. Now it is much less likely that we will break these yearly highs. So with that being said, if we do get a significant retracement based off of these VWAP crossovers on the higher daily time frames, giving us these green dots, again, I won't be looking. I won't be looking for a moonshot above these highs. But what I will be looking for is a significant retracement. Now, here's where things get tricky, right? I've talked about this in the premium Discord a lot, and here's the thing: we're in a little bit of a sketchy situation, right? Because all the different exchanges are giving us different information, right? And this is literally why when we were looking at the Bitstamp chart, this is literally why we marked all these levels live on the stream, and it's literally why. If I turn off our TA here, you will see there is no point of control. Well, the volume profile is not here, but you just take my word for it. If you pull this range, there's no POC on the Bitstamp chart at 28K. But why do we have the Bybit POC here? The reason was because we had a lot of confluence at that level on top of the Bybit POC, making it a significant level to look for a rejection at. But this wasn't the main level we were looking for a rejection at, right? This was just, we didn't know. we didn't know if we were going to get the full Fibonacci retracement into the golden pocket or the 786 before putting in a lower high and continuing down, or if we were going to reject here or here, right? It was kind of up in the air. It's very hard to call that stuff, right? Until you actually hit these levels, which I like to call the traps. If you get those bearish confirmations within your trap, that's where you have a higher probability of trying to figure out if you're going to reject from that level. But when you're sitting down here looking at these levels, there's really no way to tell that, like, oh, wow, looks like Bitcoin's got a full tank of gas. It looks like we can make it all the way up to that top level. Like, there's no way to predict that, right? So, but all we do know is based off of market structure, right? This would be the full Fibonacci golden pocket or 786 retracement levels, making this really the sauciest level to put that lower high in. But what happened? We came up and we perfectly rejected that Bybit POC. So we talked about this last night. We don't know if we're going to be able to crack this high. But if we do, this is likely going to be the big area that we're looking for shorts at. And I'm going to come back to this level in just a second, but I want to continue talking about the difference in exchanges or the difference in levels that we're seeing on exchanges, right? And the reason I brought the Bitstamp chart up is because we've kind of been dealing with this recently. This isn't like, this didn't just happen. This is something that we've been dealing with for a couple weeks now. And that's why I decided to mark out the Bybit POC. You guys, if you watch the show, you'll see, like, I don't normally do that. But I guess this was maybe last week or 2 weeks ago when we were pulling that Bybit POC. The reason I marked it off here was because all these levels are kind of all over the place on every exchange, right? On the Bitstamp chart, our wick is as low as $25,356, right? So this low is $25,356. But then you pull up the Bybit chart, right? And you got this crazy liquidation wick, panic wick, whatever you want to call it, that brought you all the way down to $23,597. And if you pulled up the Bitcoin Coinbase chart, you can see the wick low on the Coinbase chart is actually sitting right here at about 25,234, right? So we're getting all different lows here because on the Coinbase chart, we still technically could make a lower high here. But when you go to the Bybit chart and you see that this is technically a lower low on the wick, things are kind of all over the place, right? So we have to be very, very careful. Now, looking at the Bybit chart, we'll look at the Bybit chart. And this is kind of why things are a little bit shady right now. Because the fact that we have this wick all the way down to about 23, whatever, call it 23,615, and the fact that our Bitstamp chart and Coinbase charts haven't made a lower low yet is a little confusing, right? Because if you look at the higher time frames, even if you turn off the TA, this could still technically, we haven't closed this, we haven't closed the body of this candle yet on the weekly, but you could still put a higher low in here and continue up. But with all the stuff we just went over, below the 200-week moving average, being in September, all the money flow coming out on the higher daily time frames, things do look a lot less likely to come up and break that yearly high. So with that being said, it does look like this right here at about $31,818 may have indeed been the top of this bear market rally, very similar to the peak of this bear market rally in 2017. And we're going to see if this plays out similarly to last cycle, right? You can see basically, we talked about this yesterday, once we peaked out in that bear market rally, we kind of just went sideways, and then obviously we had that black swan, but minus that black swan event, we kind of just, wiggled sideways before the halving and blasting off into the next bull run. Are we going to see something similar happen here? And that's why last night on the live stream, we were looking at some of those lower levels, because if we are going to see something similar to that, right, not that it's going to copy it exactly, but this is likely going to rhyme, right? And it might not. It might just do something completely different. We might rip up to, 34K. Who knows, right? Anything can happen in crypto. However, if we are going to continue down here, we want to be ready for these key levels, right? And where did we go for in 2019, right? We went for that 786 Fibonacci retracement level here on the weekly. Obviously, we wicked below it, but we closed those candles right on it. And it was essentially, that was a key level to watch, right? Because if you were looking at this, you would have been able to see, like, hey, that was a 786 retracement. This might be a good time to get in. And then, boom, you're off into the bull run. Now, obviously, this took some time, right? So from the top right here to the bottom of the March 2020 dump, coming down about, 63%, Well, I guess not from wick to wick. But what I want to look at here is 259 days, right? That is 259 days of complete sideways garbage, other than obviously the black swan. And then this is kind of where they bore you out of the market, right? Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's dead, Bitcoin's dead. Oh my God, this is so boring. Oh my God, it's back on. And then boom, they dump it back down and they bore the rest of everybody out. Everyone's saying crypto's dead. We're never going to leave this, $7,000 to $10,000, $7,000 to $12,000 range. And then finally it winds up going into another bull run after the halving. So again, if we have something very similar to this happen, that 786, that's why we looked, and I'm not going to go over it all right now because we covered it yesterday. If you go to yesterday's stream, you'll see the levels. But essentially what we're looking at is that 786 all the way down here coming in at about $19,000, right? And we could even wick below that, right? Maybe another level I'd watch is about 17,150, right? Maybe a wick down to 17,150 before closing back on top of that 786 and continuing on. Now, it doesn't mean that's guaranteed to happen. We might nuke through this and make a lower low. I think that's the less likely situation, but it's definitely possible. But I wanted to show you guys those key levels to the downside yesterday because if we are going to see this cycle play out like the last one, or at least rhyme with the last one, we are likely to see more downside here. And on top of that, we did also, again, on top of all the bearish things that we were looking at earlier in the stream, all those bearish signals, the money flow on the higher daily time frames, below the 200-week moving average, obviously I'm sure everybody's probably seen this, right? We bring these up. I'm not a big moving average guy. If you guys watch the show, you'll know that. It's not because they don't work or anything like that. It's like you can only have so much on your chart. But if you go ahead and hide that TA, you guys can see here, we are about to get a death cross on the daily time frame, right? So this would make a decent bit, this is all just kind of lining up to match up with Rectember. Right? Now, I don't want to be out there, spreading fear and telling people that, oh my God, we're going to zero, sell your bags. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying things are lining up eerily similar as all the other cycles. And if we are going to see this death cross happen, now remember, we talked about this the last time we got the golden cross, all the other crosses that we've gotten. We talk about this every single time. If we get this death cross on the daily, you're likely not just you're not going to sit here, wait for them to cross, and then short as soon as it crosses, thinking that it's going to dump to the downside. That's not how it works. These moving averages are lagging, right? They move based off of price action. They take a calculation of the previous X amount of candles, depending on the moving average that you're looking at, to give you basically a dynamic level of support and resistance, right? So it's not like once these cross, we're going to get a Darth Maul candle to zero. But I'm going to talk about, again, we talked about it yesterday. Not much has changed today. But I do want to talk about where we're looking for a potential price to go in the short term. But this death cross on the daily is likely going to give us some more downside. And if we go back and we look at the last time we had a death cross on the daily, I believe it was right here. Right, you get your moving averages to cross, and obviously we're not expecting this, right? This was the top of the bull market, whatever. You get the cross and you come down, right? But we're not expecting this massive. This was a different point in the market. We are, likely wrapping up a bear market here. Even if we get another move down to about, even we get another move down to put a higher low in at 17.5, say for example, that's not, that's not going to be as bad as the bear market, right? We're likely wrapping up the bear market. So with that being said, if this is just another bearish signal that is popping up on the Bitcoin chart. Now, also, if you take a look at the monthly, obviously, we talked about this recently a bunch of times, right? Monthly red dot is printing. This is likely a bearish signal for Bitcoin. We went and back tested these yesterday. Typically, they do give you some kind of significant move down, right? So what better time to come down and potentially test that macro golden pocket or macro 786 retracement level than off a death cross with a monthly red dot and money flow coming out on the higher time frames. Definitely possible. So definitely want to be keeping up. And this is more macro analysis, guys. I'm not expecting to get there tomorrow or the next day. But if you guys watched my, hopefully the mods can potentially, let's see. When are we having Frankie Candle's party? End of 2024 LFG. Shout out to Crypto 101. We're going to have to do something crazy in the bull market. We've been talking about maybe doing some meetups or something, but we'll have to figure out where, we're going to have to figure out like where most people are located. But let me just get through this really quick, and I will come back to chat, guys. But this is, things are seeming to line up, right? And if you guys watched my Is the Bull Market Confirmed video, mods, if you guys can share that link. Oh, God. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Dude, I saw you share the market cipher tutorial video, and I was like, no way did this guy assume that I was going to bring this up. And he just shared it anyway. But yeah, if you could share the Is the Bull Market Confirmed video, I'd greatly appreciate that. But if you guys watch that video, my thoughts are essentially the same, right? Obviously, we were looking at some higher targets here, potentially for the bear market rally. However, obviously we didn't hit them, but the plan remains the same for what I think the rest of the bear market will look like, right? And we made that video like a few months ago. And, basically my thoughts remain the same, right? The rest of this bear market is likely going to play out. Now, again, I don't know anything that no one else knows, right? I'm just based off the information that I'm given and the analysis that I can do based off of the facts that we see on the chart. It is likely that we're going to see another red September, and we are going to potentially see some more downside. And in that video, we talk about potentially coming down to tap that 786 before potentially coming back up and consolidating before breaking off into the next bull run. So sentiment there remains almost exactly the same. I just wanted to bring up those higher time frame targets, and with the death cross on the daily now starting to present itself, and remember guys, it's not crossing just yet. These can change, but it does look like we will likely get this, in the next week maybe. And if we do get it, I want people to kind of realize that like this is kind of right on time. Right? Let me see. Let's go back to 2017 real quick, or 2019, I really should say. When I refer to 2017, I just really refer to that as the 2017 cycle, right? Before the halving in 2020. But taking a look here, right? We peaked out here. You get your death cross right here. And what happens, right? You get the death cross, you actually pumped up. Obviously, like I said, as soon as the death cross happens, you're likely not just going to dump to the downside. You want to be careful about that. But, what happened? You kind of just got another move down, and then I guess you kind of got a wonky pump and then an absolute nuke to the floor on that March 2020 news. But looking here, I want to talk about what the local price action, what I think is likely to happen in the shorter term, right? So let's pull up our TA here. I want to pull up the Bybit chart, and I want to talk about it, right? Let me hide these moving averages. Bada boom. For anybody who doesn't know what this death cross is, it is, it's just two moving averages, right? You have your 200-day moving average. On the daily chart, you have your 200-day moving average. It's really a 200-period moving average, depending on what chart you're looking at. But when you're looking at it on the daily, it's the 200-day moving average because each candle is 1 day. But you have your 200-day moving average and your 50-day moving average. When your 50-day moving average crosses below your 200-day moving average, that is considered a death cross. And then when you have the short-term moving average cross above the long-term moving average, they consider that a golden cross. And this can work with other moving averages. It doesn't have to be the 50 and the 200. It's a very common one that people look at. It can be done with other moving averages, but just for anybody who, sorry guys, someone is got the camera going off. But for anybody who doesn't know, that's what this, that's what a death cross is, right? And typically, when you see the death crosses, they do indicate macro downtrends continuing, right? And again, this was a bear market, so a little bit more exaggerated there. But you had a golden cross right here, right? And then you immediately get a move down, which is like typical, right? Like market just tries to fake everybody out. Everyone's looking at the death cross. You get the move down, but then you wind up getting a big move up, right? And then here you had the death cross, and then nothing really happened. It's not, just like anything in TA, nothing's 100%. You don't want to trade just based off this. But again, when paired with multiple, this is what you guys want to do, right? Get a list of evidence, bullish evidence, bearish evidence, and then just go with which one has more evidence, right? And when a death cross is lining up with, again, rectember, below the 200-week moving average, money flow coming out on the higher daily time frames, monthly red dot, all this other bearish stuff adds up and can give you a clear sight into what's going on in the market with multiple confluences, right? Not just based on, like, you can't just trade death crosses because sometimes they don't even play out. So just some food for thought there. But what is likely to happen in the short term here, guys? Now, again, I don't know, guys. We might get what we've been looking for a long time. And what is that? It's the bullish divergence on the daily time frame. We've been looking at this for, I feel like forever, right? As we come down to the value area low, this is not where you want to look for shorts, fresh shorts at least, right? You don't want to get overly bearish at support. Now, that does not mean that we cannot, maybe we come down a little. Doesn't mean that we can't reject from here and dump. But, especially if you get some bearish news or something. However, typically, you don't want to get bearish when you're at support like this, because we know when you deviate below that value area low, it is likely that even if you're going to continue lower, if you deviate from value area low, and you get bullish confirmations, only if you get bullish confirmations, it is likely to get a move back up into your range and potentially shoot for your value area high. And the reason why I'm not getting overly bearish right now, and I'm not just FOMO shorting based off of all the bearish signals that I just went over, but we're getting somewhat bullish confirmations here, right? Now, I'm not saying that I'm bullish, but as we creep lower and lower and lower here, we are putting in lower lows on our price action, and the daily is still setting up to potentially put in a bullish divergence. Now, here's my hunch, right? Now, doesn't mean it's going to happen, but if we are, maybe we get some kind of a dump here, right? Maybe it happens tonight. Who knows, right? Who knows? But if we get a move down here, maybe we start dumping randomly, right? People are like, oh my God, short, right? Everybody's freaking out. But as long as we can maintain this momentum wave higher as a higher low than this low here, we will maintain that bullish divergence. And in my opinion, I think it's a little bit more likely just based off of how the market wrecks people. And the fact that we have that real saucy level that I just went over, right? I won't even show it on this chart because I don't want to confuse people. That really saucy level that we looked at, we've been looking at it for a while, but we showed it yesterday. We showed it on Friday. The fact that we never got that full golden pocket 786 retracement, right? We only came up to that POC and rejected, right? So you guys will know, I said this on Friday, like I'm a little sussed out by these levels up here. I'm like, I feel like we should have probably rejected that golden pocket, but we front ran it. And a lot of times when you front run a golden pocket like that, price will come up and actually tap that golden pocket before finally putting in the legitimate lower high and continuing to the downside. And I do think that this could be a likely situation where we see a, and again, remember this. That death cross. What happened on a lot of previous death crosses, and we talk about this like every single time there's a golden cross or a death cross. It's like everybody's like, "Oh my God, the golden cross! Oh, it's the bull run," and that's not. That's not the case, right? Like usually it's not the case, right? Like obviously, oftentimes you will get a like right here. That was technically a golden cross happened right here, and then the bull run started, right? But it wasn't like the bull run started right here and we went straight up. We actually had a pretty rough ride here, right? So before we wound up coming up. So it's not going to be likely, not that it can't be an insta dump, but it's likely not going to be an insta dump. Oftentimes you see the opposite happen, right? You'll get here's another golden cross, right? This doesn't mean that you're going to 100K. A lot of people, I think, see a golden cross or a death cross as like the end all. Like people think that the death cross on the weekly is the death of crypto altogether. It's like, it's not that scary. It's just two moving averages, a short moving average and a long moving average crossing together, right? And you could see here, right? You get the golden cross. And what happens, right? Well, I guess if you draw the vertical line here on the actual cross, you actually wound up getting a pretty significant dump, right? A pretty significant dump of 8% before coming back up and then getting another massive dump before actually getting your mega giant move to the upside. So it's not just like this is not a trade signal, right? So, again, knowing what we know, that not all death crosses happen instantly, and the fact that we're at the value area low with bullish divergences looking to form on the daily, this could cause a retracement to the upside. Remember, the 3, the 4, and the 5 day, or the 4 and the 5 day are looking for green dots. The 3 day has a green dot confirmed. This would indicate a retracement, right? Not an uptrend in the macro, but a retracement before putting in a lower high and continuing to the downside. And in my opinion, my sentiment and my plan remains the same. If we do get a move up, this is going to be a big area to watch because it's the full Fibonacci retracement level or golden pocket retracement of this whole move down, as well as your value area high sitting right in the middle of these levels. So really, the major level of resistance I'm looking at is this whole box between 30,170 and 28,700. Now, whether we reject the golden pocket, the value area high, or the 786 is a little bit beyond me because there's no real way to say that. What I can tell you is it's hard to say, right? Because we could technically put in a lower high anywhere, right? I do think that this was suspicious. I think it's suspicious that we didn't hit this golden pocket, but it doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to come up here. But it would make sense. If you got that daily bull div, it would fake everybody out. Everybody be like, oh my God, the bull run's back on, right into the golden pocket, 786. You likely have a lot of liquidity above these highs. You could wick up, boom, put in your lower high either at the 786, at the value area high, or the golden pocket, any of those three levels. And then that could be where you put in your macro lower high and continue to the downside, down to our lower prices, which we also looked at yesterday. So again, I know we looked at this yesterday, but it still remains the same, right? And like a lot of the things that we looked at today, such as the death cross, and again, the money flow continuing to just be on our side with that potential hypothesis. Again, I'll never come up here and tell you that this is guaranteed to happen because I don't know if it's guaranteed to happen, but this is what I'm looking at. And you know, the other option is that we don't break this high, right? And we put in a lower high from here, which is definitely possible. Like likely the lower high is going to be lower than here, or lower than here. So it's either going to come in like that, or it's going to come in like this, or like that, right? It's kind of the same situation as when we were looking for the rejection on this move up. So there you go. If I had to guess, I think it would make the most sense, or I should say this, I think it would wreck the most people if we got a massive move all the way back up to the range highs. Tap that 786, maybe get a wick, and then get that move to the downside. And then remember, if that death cross happens, let's say that death cross happens like right here, right? That would be perfect because you get your scam pump and then the actual death cross will start playing out. Everybody will think that Bitcoin's going to zero, especially like, you know, once you lose this range, oh my God, it's going to zero. Oh my God, it's going to zero. But even if we come all the way down here between 17 and 18K, we could still wind up getting that 786 retracement. And then again, like the way I think that the rest of this bear market will go kind of remains the same, right? And then the halving happens in April or May, and then you get your move up into the next bull run. So again, local price action, that's kind of what I'm looking at. And the thing that I'm looking at to try to figure out if this will happen or the likelihood of this happening will be that daily bull div, right? And then that 16-hour and that 12-hour bull div will likely print first, which you are getting that on the 16 and the 12-hour as well. So, you know, it's kind of hard, guys, because we got the volume profile. If you got a 12 and 16-hour bull div at the bottom, at the value area low of this range, we'll be looking for a retracement. And if we take this high, likely we're going to come up to try to put in a lower high at this purple box and then reverse to the downside. And guys, that is my general thoughts on Bitcoin. Again, other than the death cross that we just looked at, which was basically in the same situation as it was yesterday, I could have looked at it. But, you know, obviously nothing has really happened, right? We're just still kind of wiggling sideways, slightly bearish, right? But there you go. That is what I'm looking at on Bitcoin, guys. We got 773 people in the stream concurrently viewing us. Oh, God, I shouldn't have looked at that number. Now I'm nervous. But, guys, go smash that like button if you found any value in this live stream, if I taught you anything, if you got any information you didn't know, or if you're just having fun watching a crazy guy scream at a camera, go ahead and smash that like button. If we get 550 likes, I will go ahead and add one of these Frankie Candles hats, color choice, your color choice, to the giveaway. Let's see. I just spent 8 days without power because of the storm. I stayed in a motel and got my mom and the dogs a room as well for most of it. But they still didn't have power or internet. Shout out to Stephen Atwell out there taking care of the whole fam. But the power, not on your side. Well, shout out to Stephen. You're a good man. You're a good man for taking care of the family, bro. Shout out to Stephen Atwell. I appreciate you. But guys, oh wait, hang on. I did miss some super chats apparently. Real quick, I do want to point to the pinned chat at the top of the chat, guys. Shout out to Damien, says at Frankie Candles, here to get the sauce and sniff hands. You know Frankie Candles is out there taking trades and sniffing hands. Shout out to the CandleMafia. Shout out to you guys. We got to get a sniff on Mrs. Candle's hand in a minute. But anyway, let's see. Shout out to Golden, said, PSA, if you have not enabled receiving gifted memberships, you will never get the gift. Check it now. 50 incoming in 10 minutes. Shout out to Golden and maybe a Band-Aid just out here. Just throwing the memberships around like they ain't nothing. I appreciate you guys so much. Golden's about to make it rain. Shout out to Golden, bro. Must be crushing those trades. Shout out to you, man. I appreciate you. Maybe a Band-Aid. I do appreciate you as well. And Hannah King says, BTC ETF incoming. Do not underestimate that. Shout out to Hannah King, the princess of the Candle Mafia. Yeah, Hannah's right? Like, that's kind of the thing. If we get news that the ETFs are approved or, what have you, we get some kind of crazy news, that would obviously step on a lot of the TA. However, You know, we could also get bearish news related to that stuff as well. But yeah, no, don't underestimate that. I mean, if that ETF gets approved or we get any kind of bullish news, that could change things. Just be careful if we do wind up. Oh no, Golden with the 50 Frankie Candles membership. Let's go. Shout out to Golden. Oh God, you get a membership. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Official. What is going on, bro? Said much love back, my man. Shout out to Golden, man. What an absolute legend. Larry says double bottom makes sense to me, right? That's essentially what we saw back here, right? I know we didn't make a lower low. We had our low here, and then technically it's a double bottom, right? It's like, not perfect. It's a little bit of a higher low, 786 retracement, but double bottom could make sense here, right? So there you go. Also, like another thing you want to realize is, you could even like. It would make a lot of sense to swing fail this level on a higher time frame, which would likely you'd break this level at 19.5, wick down potentially into the 18s, maybe even the high 17s before coming back up, closing your weekly candle above that level and then continuing on, which could be interesting. I'm just going to pull this real quick just for myself. This is a selfish fib pull here. Okay. So anyway, shout out to maybe a Band-Aid. The memberships are just flying. Shout out to everybody who just got a membership. Show Golden some love in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Billy. You get one. I love that Crypto Billy comes in here and says that. I got one. Shout out to Jose. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely insane. Hey, Golden, I never got a DM, bro. Hit me up, bro. I want to talk to you. Hit up Tony D if you can't get in touch with me. Let's see. Shout out to Max, said, where do we bounce short term? So that is kind of that's kind of the tricky question here, right? Short term, listen, if we get it really depends on where this, if this bullish divergence prints and where, right? If we wind up printing a green dot, right, on the daily, say in 1 hour and 1.5 hours, you could wind up getting the bounce from here. So it's kind of hard to say because, yeah, there's like all these levels down here are very, very sketch. We got all these weird wicks. Not all the exchanges made this low. A lot of the exchanges have that higher low, so it's hard to say locally. But I will say what I'm looking at is the divergences. So if that divergence confirms, could be a potentially good place to look to get a move to the upside. And then remember, if we crack this high, everyone's going to be screaming for 100K, but we know that there is likely a lot of liquidity, even sitting above these highs. Now, I don't think we'll break these highs. If we did, I would expect it to be a wick and then a quick close below. But there's a lot of liquidity above all these highs, likely, right? Everybody who's short from up here, the market's going to want to go take those people out of the market before reversing price and bringing it back to the downside. Shout out to B-Dubs. Welcome to the muscle, my man. Thank you for getting that Frankie Candles membership. Shout out to Creighton. Said, you were drooling. Stop talking about 17K. Oh, sorry. Is that showing, Creighton? My bad. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not a bear. I am definitely a perma bull on Bitcoin. But who doesn't want to buy cheaper Bitcoin, right? So there you go. Shout out to Creighton. Sorry, bro. I won't let the drool show again. It looks so good down there, though, doesn't it? Anyway, let's see. Yes, shout out to Rob, the Crypto Snob. Thank you for keeping me on time here, bro, guys. That is what I am looking at on Bitcoin. Go ahead and drop your altcoins if you want to see me take a look at those. Drop your favorite altcoins in the chat. Rob the Crypto Snob will count up the votes and let us know what we're looking at. Rob, let's do like 3. Let's do like 3 tonight. Shout out to Rob. Thank you for being here, bro. I appreciate you. Love seeing the green names. Crypto Cowboy in the chat. What is going on, bro? Yeah, green names are flowing thanks to Golden and maybe a Band-Aid just out here making it rain a little bit of bing bong. Let's go. I don't like that. I just like throwing the whole stack, baby. I mean, I've never done that anywhere other than in my own studio by myself. I've never done that in real life, just throwing money up in the air. Where would you even do that? I don't know. All right, I see the X's in the chat. I guess we're just going to have to start off with XRP and Ethereum, and then we'll do 3 more requests from the Mafia. We'll see how quick we get through them. Maybe we'll add some more. Shout out to Creighton C. Said, facts, Frankie. Shout out to Creighton. But yeah, guys, Sunday Sauce video this weekend. I'm not going to tell you what it's on. I'm not going to tell you guys what the video is actually on because I don't want to ruin it. But just keep an eye out. It might be a crowd favorite. Just a little fun moon math video for you guys. Yeah, super fun to shoot. But yeah. Oh God, I can't wait to be a dad one day. Not soon, but like one day. I feel like I'm just gonna love the dad jokes. I definitely have dad humor. Okay, let's continue on here. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Pub Chef Guy said, if you're new, keep coming back. You will learn a ton for free. Shout out to Pub Chef Guy. Yes. That is literally my goal of this channel. Now, obviously, we do have paid products, right? Like we have the premium Discord. But anybody who's in here knows that, we have a ton of free products as well. And I push people to the free stuff first, right? Because I don't want anybody coming into the premium Discord that is looking for something like what I want in the premium Discord is people who are taking their trading seriously, people who have time to dedicate, people who are asking questions, not someone who's just looking for signals to just blindly take trades randomly and hope they play out. That's not what I'm looking for. So I just push people towards the free stuff. Obviously, we have premium stuff, but the whole point of this YouTube channel is there's so much free information on this channel already. If you just go back and watch the tutorials, it's essentially a free trading course. But that's the whole point. My whole goal of having this YouTube channel, guys, is to bring as much free value as I possibly can to you guys. And yeah, we do it every night on the live stream. We do it through the YouTube channel. We try to give as much as we can for free to help you guys make money, right? So there you go. But anyway, I don't even remember what made me say that. But let's go ahead and continue on. I believe the altcoin votes are in and being counted, but let's go ahead and start on XRP. And here we are. Okay, so again, it's like I'm gonna skip XRP because we looked at XRP. Like every time we look at XRP, it's just until we break this high or break this low. Like XRP is likely going to be very boring, right? We do have a daily bullish divergence that we did wind up confirming right on our blue box, which was our level of support. Bring this back. Which was a local value area high / POC of this little micro range that I pulled down here. We knew this was, and shout out to the volume profiles, guys, because you don't always need the massive moves to make money. You don't need moves like this to make money. You don't need moves like this to make money. You can make money on moves like this, right? And if you're looking at the volume profiles, you could see, like, I'll just get rid of the blue boxes, right? You could see, not only do we have this little range here, right? We have the area of consolidation. We pulled the range, right? And the reason I show you this is because I want you guys to understand where I get these levels from, again, so you could see this on your own. I don't want you to be a slave to my TA. I love having everybody hang out in the live stream. Don't get me wrong. I want you coming back. But I want to actually teach you. I just want to come up here and be like, oh, guys, these are the levels, and I'm like low-key keeping it secret on where I find the levels because I don't want anyone else doing it. Like, I don't want to gatekeep that, right? Because there's a lot of gatekeeping in TA, right? Everybody talks about all these fancy words and stuff. Like, I'm the guy that's going to blow all that out of the water, right? Like it's frustrating. I see people explaining super simple concepts, and it's almost like I can't unsee or I can't it's almost like how are you not trying to make this more complicated than it is? It's like you're trying to gatekeep information, and it's not anybody that we know. It's just like, you see any random video on TA, like everyone just tries to gatekeep, and like it's just I'm just not about that. I just don't care. But anyway, this is how we found this level because you can profit off of these levels, and we found an area of consolidation right here. Bing bong, bing bong, bing. Right? Pull the range. Where's your value area high? Right here. Where's your POC? Right here. They are very close to each other. That's where I got that level from. Whoops, not that. Right here, your value area high to your POC. That's likely going to be an area where you're likely to get some kind of a bounce. So if you could get some kind of bullish confirmation within that box, that's likely where you're going to get a bounce. And if you measure this bounce, which obviously we did dip down into that box, and then we wound up printing a green dot. However, if you're looking at the daily, probably would have been a late entry here, right? You probably would have lost that trade. However, you could probably find some local signals. Well, let me just measure this real quick. 5%. You could probably find some local signals within that blue box to catch a trade, to get that little retracement to the upside. But as you see your bullish divergence starting to form here on the daily time frame, even before it prints, you could go down to the lower time frames. What are the lower time frames telling you? Maybe there is no signal to go long. Maybe it is. Maybe there isn't, right? But likely, or more often than not, there is. And what was the signal here? Well, when you zoom into the lower time frames, what do you have? You come into your key level. This is the level, the blue box that we knew we were going to get a bounce from. We didn't know. I don't want to say it like that because it's not true. We didn't know we were going to get a bounce here. We knew it was likely to get a bounce. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that all my levels hold, right? Like sometimes we crash right through them, right? It's just part of the game. But if you know this is a strong level that you're likely to get a bounce from, then you do your analysis. What does the daily look like at this point? Well, let's look at it. Where am I? What am I doing? What is going on here? Okay, wow. Sorry about that. But yeah, what happened, right? We came down. What is the daily doing? Even on this candle, your VWAP is coming up. You know that when your VWAP curves up and crosses into the above that zero line, you're going to get a green dot. What happens when you get green dots on the daily? Typically, you get almost always some kind of a move to the upside, but you're not trading based off of that green dot. You're just using that as a puzzle piece to put on the bullish side of things, backing you up in your bias, right? I know the green dot's likely to print here on the daily very soon. On top of that, we have a lower low on price with higher lows on our momentum waves. So if we do print that green dot, it might be a bullish divergence. But just looking here, you're saying, hey, that VWAP on the daily is coming up. What does the 8-hour look like? Well, as we're dipping into here, what's going on? Well, the VWAP is on its way up on the 8-hour. We're likely going to print an 8-hour green dot soon. And this isn't even a good example, guys, but it still works. Your VWAP's coming up on the 8-hour. Well, I'm thinking, hey, I see on the 1 hour, we've dipped into our box here, right? This is where we're expecting the bounce. I see that we have the lower lows on our price action into our key level of support. And then you also have higher lows on your momentum waves. You have the bullish divergence, right? Into your key level of support, right? And you can do further analysis. I'm not going to go through everything, but you can confirm this trade by going down to the lower time frames, analyzing the lower time frames. What is your 4-hour doing, right? Let's say right here, I'm going to put a vertical line. Boom, right? That's where we're getting the 1-hour bull div. Go up to the 4-hour. What is the 4-hour doing? Well, hey, the 4-hour is literally looking to print a green dot very soon. You could see that happening right here. So that's going to back you up, right? And if you're getting into a trade on the 1 hour, you could be conservative, saying, hey, let me get in. When I get into profit, I can look to move my stop loss to break even to protect myself and make it a guaranteed winning trade, right? And then if I know the 4 hour is likely going to print a green dot, I know that I have that 4-hour time frame backing me up on my bias, because even if I just get a move off the 1-hour bull div, I know that eventually, as this plays out, eventually the 4-hour green dot's going to print. And when the 4-hour green dot prints, I know I'm likely to get even more of a move up. Where did the 4-hour green dot print? It printed right here, right? So I know I might have taken the trade off the 1 hour right here, right? So let's just say I entered off right here. And we're not even using the volume profile or anything like that. I'm just looking at levels, the price action, and market cipher B. I'm not even using the volume profile. I'm not using Fibonacci. I would if I was actually taking the trade. However, this is just, you can do this in a million different ways. And this is just using price action and market cipher B. Right? Just multiple time frames, market cipher B, support and resistance. I'm not using any fancy tools here other than market cipher B, right? But you can also do this with the RSI, but you don't get the insight of the green dots and the red dots. You don't get to see where the VWAP's curving up at. So you get a little more information on market cipher B. It's why I use it. But you get it. Let's say you get into the trade, right? Let me go. Here we go. Long position, right? Let's just say you get in right here. Let's say you're whatever. You're going to attack this high here, right? Now, let's say you get in here, price starts to move up, right? Let's say you move your stop loss, and again, you're in on this red line. I know that once that green dot prints on the 4 hour, which printed right here, right? We're on the 1 hour time frame, but I marked it out on the 4 hour. So this is where that, I know, well, hey, we're already coming up. If that 4 hour green dot prints, we're likely going to get another move up, right? And what happens? The green dot prints right here. You kind of wiggle sideways, and what happens? You come up even more. Right? And again, I'm not going to talk about where we would target, where your stop loss would be, or all of that. But you wind up getting a 5% move, definitely a profitable day trade, swing trade. I don't know how long this actually took to play out. Probably closer to like maybe 2 days. Yeah, 2 days, 10 hours. Quick little 5% move in 2 days, right? So a nice little trade there. And it wasn't even like the most beautiful trade. You don't need, and again, like looking at the daily on XRP, right? Like, sure, you know, you had the daily bull div forming, but like, look how little that move was. But you could have made a ton of money if you were looking at the lower time frames and just using the higher time frame to analyze your bias, right? So anyway, you know, this even though this daily bull div, the reason I bring that up is the reason this daily bull div did not, the fact that it didn't play out like you would hope it would, right? You're kind of getting a VWAP flop here, let's be honest, right? You got the green dot, bull div confirmed, but now you're just printing another red dot. Pretty bearish, right? But, you know, doesn't mean that you can't profit off these moves. A 5% move is plenty to lock in your profits, or for me at least, to lock in a profits on a trade on the 1 hour, move my stop loss to my break even, and let it ride, right? Or, depending on how high your profit targets are, right? Or your take profits. But, and again, it's a testament to the volume profile. Why'd we bounce off of here? Well, the reason I thought we would bounce here was because it was a POC value area high confluence, right? So there you go. This is why I want to show you guys where this stuff actually comes from. But anyway, again, not really expecting too much out of XRP. This is definitely bearish that we have gotten the VWAP flop. This is going to confirm in about an hour and 16 minutes. Maybe we get some kind of pump and it disappears. But if you confirm that, it would be a little bit more bearish in my opinion. Your 2-day VWAP is kind of... 2-day bull div is still kind of in play here, right? 3-day looking for the green dot. 4-day also looking for the green dot. Not the worst look in the world in the long term, right? Again, we might get a significant retracement, in which case that, that trade on the 1 hour, if you entered right here, if that winds up playing out and this daily bull div, even if you get you might get a red dot confirmed and then an immediate green dot, and you might play, like this has happened before, right? Look at this. Red, green, red, green, red, green, red, right? You could play these games a little bit. And if you start playing that game here, you could still see this daily bull div play out, and that little 5% trade might give you a bigger move or a bigger retracement to the upside, right? And it might turn into a more profitable trade. Shout out to Sean Perry. He says, what's all this monthly red dot talk? Shout out to Sean. Monthly red dot talk is on Bitcoin, right? I'll just pull this up real quick. Go to the monthly time frame. Market Cipher B is printing a red dot. This is typically a pretty bearish sign, especially this close to the 0 line. But there you go. Typically very bearish, right? We've seen these red dots bring us down, depending on which ones you look at. I won't look at the ones from the top of the bull market because that doesn't make sense. But, I would argue we are, time-wise and cyclically, we are somewhere in here in our bear market right now. So, this red dot wound up bringing you down. Let's see, 39%. This red dot right here, which I would argue is kind of the closest to what we're seeing right now. That one brought you down. I mean, this was March of 2020. It would have to be paired with a black swan to get a dump that big. 57%. So there you go. Oh, God, is this a joke? Playing with the emojis. What is going on? Frankie missed the joke. Lol. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. I was like, what's all this monthly red dot talk? I don't even know. Frankie don't know about the red dot. What is going on? Oh, God. Wait, somebody fill me in. Let Frank cook. Shout out to Redman. I feel like I miss out on chat. I'm not going to lie. Crypto 101 throwing those that Mrs. Candle's hand emoji, guys. That is actually Mrs. Candle's hand. I did not realize that until I got off the stream yesterday. Okay, shout out to Captain Kirk said, please don't ask. That's it. That's all. When Captain Kirk says don't ask, we just move on. But yeah, that Mrs. Candle's hand emoji is quite hilarious, especially when I found out that is an actual photograph of her hand. The emoji doesn't smell, which is weird. I kind of thought it would come with her hand aroma, which usually smells like a cotton candy smell to it for some reason. Anyway, guys, this is a crypto show. Let's go ahead and move on here. Don't sniff your screens at home. I just tried it. Didn't work. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Red dot, green dot game. Red dot, green dot game, you have to know. Like red light, green light? I'm lost, man. I am lost. Crypto Billy, I'm lost, bro. I'm sorry. Let's see. Some people are into feet. Some people are into hands. I'm a hand guy. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, guys, moving back on to XRP. Let's get back to the crypto here. Shout out to Golden gifting another 10 Frankie Candles memberships. Golden, I'm gonna find you in a fun way, in a nice way. I'm not. I obviously. But dude, what is going on? You're a savage. I love you. You're the best. Message me on Discord. I want to thank you personally, bro. I want to talk to you. Hit me up. Or Tony D. I might not see it. Sometimes the DMs get a little bit crazy, especially recently. But hit me up, bro. I want to thank you personally. Shout out to Nick. Says Frankie's so funny. Thank you. But anyway, continuing on here, guys. XRP. Again, with the higher time frame green dots, not impossible to get a retracement here. Not impossible. And another thing to kind of look at here would be me see. Yeah, like potential, more bullish divergences, just continued bullish divergences here on the 8 hour. 4 hour, you're not really getting a divergence. But, looking at the 6 and the 8 hour, could just potentially put in more bullish divergence. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little bit more upside on XRP, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm not expecting a moonshot, but again, with these higher daily time frames, in the more medium term, 2-day bull div confirmed, technically. Not the most beautiful bull div, but it's there. Could give you a move to the upside. And again, it would be the same thing as Bitcoin. I would be expecting it to be a retracement. So just keep that in mind. So there you go, right? Same thing on, XRP's just remained exactly the same. Unless we break above the value area high, which, where is it? Bada boom. Unless we break above this area here at 55 cents, 0.549 cents, or below this level at 42.5 cents, not expecting anything too crazy. So there you go. Sentiment remains the same as on XRP as it always has and for the past month. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at Ethereum, or Erythrium, as your grandmother might call it. Let's go ahead and pull it up. And here we are. Okay. Oh, baby. Let's go. I love this, guys. I love this. Here we are. What did we look at yesterday? On the live stream, we were looking at our previous area consolidation. And to be honest, guys, I try as hard as I can to come up here and make content every day. But price action looking like this, it's like not a lot has changed, right? And I know it's brutal. But, I mean, when Bitcoin's boring, when crypto's boring, we learn, right? Or the CandleMafia learns. What were we looking at yesterday? We were looking, well, hang on. Let me just get the arrows back so I can, looking for a potential move up, right? Potentially looking for a push up into this value area low, golden pocket 786 confluence, this purple box between about 1727 and 1690. But we had a wall in the way of us getting to that level. What was the low? Let's go. Let's go. ETH emojis in chat. Go ahead and spam them up, baby. Let's go. But what were we expecting here, guys? Looking for the move up potentially into this purple box, but we knew we had a roadblock in the way. What was that roadblock? You guys will remember we pulled this area of consolidation. We pulled this volume profile, and we took that value area high. We took the POC, and we took the value area low. I hit Control Z like 30 times last night, and I unlabeled these levels, but they're here, right? But yeah, previous POC, previous value area low. I don't know what is going on the other side of the Frankie Candle studio, but I hear loud noises. Hopefully no one's getting hurt. But anyway, what were we looking at? We knew that if we cannot get back above this value area high, this was our roadblock to come up and test this value area low, golden pocket 786 confluence. God, shout out to the ETH gang out here with the ETH emojis. Let's go. But we knew we had this value area high in the way, holding us back from potentially coming up and testing these levels. And we were looking for a move up for, a bunch of reasons, right? Kind of similar to Bitcoin, right? You have the confirmed bullish divergences on the 4 hour, lower lows on your price action, momentum consistently coming up with money flow also coming up. But we knew that if we get a move up, if we can't get back above this, we have to get above this value area high to get higher prices for Ethereum. Right? And what happened? We got to move up right to the value area high, and we rejected, right? I would pull it up on a lower time frame so we could see it a little better. You come up, bing bong, and you come right back down, and now we're stuck below our POC. So it does look like we could wind up just respecting this value area. If we can't get back above this value area high, we would expect to get stuck below the value POC and potentially get a move down to our value area low at 1550. And now I'm starting to feel crazy continuing to talk about these levels because we talked about it for so long. 1550. Guys, this has been a key level in the past. Remember 1550 back here? Look at it over here with strong support. 1550. Hopefully we hit this level at some point. But again, not a lot has happened. This is brutal price action, guys. This is so boring, so brutal. Obviously we got the move up and then it just ate it all back down. Brutal price action. This is how they bore you out of the market. But we know that we had this key level up here at the value area high. And again, I would stand here and say we are likely to just respect this range. And until we break out of the value area high, even if we do break out of the value area high, right? Let's say we get out of here. In order to get a significant move up for Ethereum, we got to get above this rejection zone, above the value area low, and that is where you can get a bigger move up, potentially coming in to test this POC at 1860. And if you do wind up getting that, I would be very careful of a lower high coming in here before continuing back to the downside. Remember, we have a monthly, not a monthly red dot on Ethereum, but we have a monthly blood diamond, which is even worse, right? I'll go ahead and show it all of its glory. This is confirmed, right? This could likely give us a decent move to the downside, but it doesn't mean that you can't get a retracement back up. So until we break above this value area high sitting at about 1660, I wouldn't really be looking for anything exciting on Ethereum. To be 100% honest, I'm not excited about Ethereum getting a big move up until we break 1730. And even if we break that, I would be looking for rejections at lower high areas, right? Lower high Fibonacci retracement levels, the golden pocket retracements, the POC, even if we come back up to the value area high, I would be looking for rejections at all of these levels because when we come up to the higher time frames, what do we have? Money flow, fresh money flow crossover on the 3-day. 4-day money flow crossing over into the red just happened. Fresh money flow crossover, right? On top of the monthly blood diamond, on top of all this stuff, right? But again, just like on Bitcoin, you're getting a 4-day green dot, right? I don't think we're printing this on, shout out to Dave Digital. I'll come back to that in a second. But, you know, not only, I don't think it's printing on Bitcoin right now, but it's close, right? Ethereum is printing it. So we could get, this is likely where you see retracements. The money flows indicating that this downtrend will likely continue, right? Downtrend will likely continue, but a retracement may not be unlikely here because of the green dots on the higher time frames. So very similar sentiment as Bitcoin. And again, you know, we really haven't seen anything other than the respect on our value area high level here. Everything else remains exactly the same. So there you go. I wouldn't be surprised if you get, you know, some kind of a retracement in here. And, you know, we got to get, if you want to see a retracement up into these higher levels, the POC at 1850 or the value area high at 1920 or 1930, we got to get above that value area low. Very, very, very key level because these are the two areas of value, right? You have your fair price for Ethereum up here, and you have another agreed upon fair price within this value area, right? So if we did lose this, we lost this value area, right? And now we are potentially getting stuck in this value area. And until we leave this value area and come back inside this one, I'm not expecting for a big move up on Ethereum. So there you go. And again, because of the higher time frame money flow, if we do get a move up in there, I would simply be looking for lower highs for a rejection back to the downside. Now, if I hide market cipher A, pull our full Fibonacci retracement from the high to the low of the panic wick, you could see there, well, we have perfect confluence. Dead center in the middle of the golden pocket is your POC. This would be an amazing place to put in a lower high. This would be kind of that super saucy level on Bitcoin. That is the value area high on Bitcoin. This is that level for ETH. The golden pocket, and look at the 786 right on the value area high. This would be a big level to look for a rejection. Doesn't guarantee we'll get a rejection, but if we're going to put in a macro lower high and continue back down and have that monthly blood diamond bring us down to lower prices, this is where it's likely to reject from if we get back in this value area. So there you go. There's Ethereum. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's go. Shout out to the Mafia. All right, let's continue on here. Shout out to Cheeks. Give them 10 Frankie Candles memberships. You're a savage, bro. I appreciate you. I love you, bro. Thank you for being here. Satoshi Glakamoto in the chat just got gifted membership. Let's go. Satoshi Glakamoto. I think Tony D said he saw you say something hilarious somewhere. I don't know if it was a comment or in the Discord. Sometimes Tony just like leans over his computer monitor and he goes, hey, bro, dude, Satoshi just said the funniest stuff. And he tells me it's funny. I forget what it was, but it made me laugh. So shout out to Satoshi Glakamoto. All right, let's see. Is Tony here today? I love doing this because I know he is. Let's see. Tony. I'm sorry, Tony D. If you say his name 3 times, he pops up. Guys, thank you so much for gifting the memberships, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Shout out to Dave Digital said, really, Frankie? Monthly red dot? Should we say monthly blood diamond? Anyways, they come in cycles, monthly cycles, unless you're... Somebody call the cops on Dave. Dave, get out of here. Get him out. Get him out of here. Shout out to Dave Digital. I love you, bro. Don't actually call the cops on Dave. We love him. You got me cracking up, bro. All right, let's continue on here. That's Ethereum. That's what we're looking for. That's the sauce right there, guys. That's what we're looking at on Ethereum. Giving it all away here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Wouldn't have it any other way. So there you go. Those are the 3 main rejection areas. If we do get a pump up and we break this value area low, these are the 3 main areas that I'm looking for rejections at. All right, let's see. Yeah, shout out to. Okay, gotcha. Captain Kirk said, I tried to warn you, Frankie. Thank you, Captain. I appreciate you. Crypto Billy said, give me 1 second, Frankie. Oh, shout out to Crypto Billy. He's the guy who calls the cops. But let's see here. Today we had the shout out to Crypto 101. Today we had the best financial advice of all. Shout out to Tony D. Says, Frankie Candles, I've been talking to you all stream. Sorry, bro. My guy checked the pinned comment. He pinned the altcoins. I just always associate the altcoins with Rob. I'm sorry. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. All right, let's go ahead and see. Yo, are you fighting with Tony? Why are you ignoring him? No, I'm not fighting with Tony. When me and Tony fight, people think that we're gonna kill each other. But then we just it's like we fight and then we just go back to normal life. Like I'll be like, I hate you. I'm never talking to you again. You want to get food? I thought you weren't talking to me again. Well, yeah, I said that, but let's just go get food. Like, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Tony D's a brother to me, so there's just no separating at this point. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here. That was XRP and ETH. Let's take a look at Link. What is Link? Oh, Chainlink. Duh. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Anyway, here we are. I mean, hey, is this one of the? Okay, yeah, no, 2 days. Oh, man, I wish I knew what we were looking at on Link. What were we looking at last time? I wish I knew. Well, one thing we can talk about here is, guys, when we hire another team member for Frankie Candles, we are going to be, no, we're not looking to hire anyone right now. I'm just saying that. Don't flood the DMs. We're not looking to hire right now. But I will say, I don't think the position exists. But maybe we can get an intern. I don't know if it's a paid position, but maybe. I don't know. But we need somebody who is interested in TA, watches the stream already intently, and can mark down things that when I say, what did we look at on Link? They can be like, oh, you were saying this. That way I could be like, oh, we were wrong, or oh, we were right. This is why we were right, or this is why we were wrong. Because it's a really good way. That's how I like to teach, right? Like, guys, we were wrong here. Let's talk about what we did wrong, right? Oh, we were right here. Let's talk about why we were right here so we could do it more often. But it's like I look at so much stuff, it's very hard for me to remember, right? So we need somebody. All right, let's see. Shout out to Hodl Crypto said, I'll do it. Shout out to Hodl Crypto. Maybe we get a community member to do it. The problem is I don't want anyone we're not in a position right now to hire anybody, and I don't really like making people work for free. It will be helpful, but I like paying people for their work. But we really could use the help. Shout out to Dave Digital. Said, I heard you were hiring. I know a guy. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to Dave. Shout out to you, Dave. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I really would rather just not have. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard because we need the help, and it's just I don't know. But anyway, let's see. Okay, let's continue on. Here we are. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, so here we are. Like, Link has been in the most beautiful accumulation zone I've honestly I've seen on anything. Top of the bull market. Up here, sitting at $53. Now it's just been binging and bonging around for over a year, 489 days, just straight sideways, right within this value area, respecting, God, if there's one thing to advertise the volume profile, is definitely this range, right? Just deviate from the high, back to the low, deviate the low, back to the high, deviate the high, back to the low, back to the high, back to the low, back to the high, deviation, back to the low, deviation, back to the high, back to the low, deviation, back to the high, deviation, back to the low. Just beautiful volume profile play there. And now we are getting back above that value area low. So what can we expect to happen here? Well, potentially, we will be looking for this thing to flip the value area low to support and potentially open up the doors to get a move back up into our POC or value area high. Now, I think the last time we looked at Link, at least on this chart, we were looking, this was the, we shorted the top of Link, essentially, right? I missed my entries. Oh, no, hang on. Hold up. Yeah, missed my entry here, but caught the short on the retrace. This was a beautiful setup. I think this was from the premium. This was from the premium Discord. Caught that nice short on the golden pocket retracement. But let's get rid of this because this is irrelevant now. This is old news. But Just trying to identify what we were looking at. But anyway, as we're looking here at the volume profile, let me go ahead and pull it again. Come on. There we go. And yeah, I mean, like, what's happening here? Did we get any significant signals that we were going to get a move up? I mean, daily bullish divergence. Like, here it is. I don't know if we looked at this because I just genuinely don't remember. But, like, we looked at this on a lot of the other stuff. Lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the momentum waves. Now, remember, your money flow does not look very good, right? Daily money flow in the red. We're coming back into the green, but I would still be careful, right? But bull div on the daily, below the value area, as you deviate, you would expect to get a move back up, potentially flip this level to support, and start your journey back up towards that POC/value area high, right? Looking to get a move eventually to the higher range, expecting much turbulence around the POC, but money flow is in the red, right? We cross back over to the green here, but I'd be very careful. This could be a fake out into the green before coming back into a bigger red wave. And, well, let's see here. Let's see if that's likely. Green dot on the 2-day, right? But, again, money flow freshly crossed over into the red. If you come up to the 4-day, money flow just freshly crossed over into the red, right? So I'm not expecting this to be new highs. I would expect this to either be a lower high before continuing down or just continue to respect this volume profile. So, with that being said, where are the high likelihood areas to reject if we get a big move up, right? Daily bull div, green dots on the lower time frames. I'm sorry, on the higher daily time frames. This would indicate a retracement before continuing down. Where are those retracements likely to come in? Well, 2 levels I would look at, right? I would obviously, this is the full Fibonacci retracement right here, right? Golden pocket, 786. Pretty close confluence with your POC and value area high. However, if you pull to this little lower high here, I actually kind of like this level a little bit better, and I'll tell you why. This kind of gives you your POC golden pocket resistance, and then, I mean, then you have your value area high, 786, right? And actually, arguably, I would make it, yeah, it's a little bit too big of a level for me. I would look at these levels. This is kind of where I would expect the retracement to come in at, right? If you get that move up, right, if you get a continued move up, again, based off of the higher daily time frames, again, like, could give you a significant move up, not to new highs, but to roll over, put in a lower high, and continue to the downside. And these are, in my opinion, the highest likelihood rejection levels, right? Just based off of the Fibonacci levels, as well as confluence with the value area high and Fibs, right, or POC. So there you go. If you get this continued move to the upside, I would look for it to come up. Maybe we're not lucky enough to get up there, but if you do, I'd look for those shorts, again, based off higher time frame money flow. There you go. Not too much is new here on the charts here, guys, unfortunately. But let's see. We got some 552 people in the chat viewing us concurrently. It's less than 700, which I was nervous about, so I for some reason now I'm more nervous. But anyway, shout out to the 552 people watching right now. Go ahead and smash that like button. If we get 550 likes on tonight's live stream, we're going to be giving away a Frankie Candles hat, as well as a ton of crypto, as we usually do. Frankie Candles hat is just an addition. But let's go ahead. Shout out to Dave Digital, said, Crypto Billy, I'll keep refining it till it does, and mark my words, it will. Oh, God, Dave Digital's plotting. Oh, God, Dave Digital's on the prowl. Shout out to you, bro. Creighton C said, just let Dave touch your calves once in a while and give him some Taco Bell. That should be more than enough to pay. Maybe let him sniff some hands. Shout out to Creighton C. Yo, you guys are hilarious. You guys are unbelievable. Let's see. Shout out to Crypto Tatted. Zach said, what's good, Frankie? Favorite hot wallet you would recommend? I mean, I don't know. I use MetaMask. I use Trust Wallet. It really depends on... I'm going to be contacting the FBI, and we are going to locate Golden so we can find him and give him a hug. Shout out to Golden gifting another 50 Frankie Candles memberships. I'm not going to lie. At this rate, I'm pretty confident that Golden is literally going to give every single subscriber on this YouTube channel a YouTube membership. Golden, what You are the golden child. Shout out to Golden. Thank you so much. Bro, Crypto Billy, you get one. What a beast. Yo, what is going on? Shout out to Golden. Guys, show Golden some love in the chat. You probably already are. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Thank you, Golden. You are the best. I will find you, and I will hug you. I love you, bro. You are the man. Thank you. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but shout out to the CandleMafia. I'm just glad that this is going to the CandleMafia as memberships. Shout out to you, bro. I cannot thank you enough. I don't even know what to say. Oh, my God. Insane. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Crypto Billy. I'm a little sussed out. Not going to lie. I've never seen Crypto Billy and Golden in the same place physically at the same time. I don't know. Shout out to Crypto Billy. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I did to deserve this. But shout out to Crypto Billy. I mean, shout out to Golden. I mean, I'm Crypto Billy, but shout out to Golden. I don't know. You guys are insane. Members only, baby. New Mafia merch. Members only. Oh, shout out to the Mafia merch, by the way. I'm wearing this. Let's go. Shout out to if you guys are interested in checking out our merch, Tony D will share the link with you. One of the mods will share the link. You can go check out our merch if you want to help support the channel. I'd appreciate it. But it's like this channel is sponsored by Golden. And yeah, there we go. I don't know why OBS just disconnected. But let's go ahead and continue on here. And there you go. That's what I'm looking for on Link. Not looking for anything too crazy. I would just look to kind of just continue to respect this range, potentially. Look for a lower high to come in before some lower prices. Golden is Satoshi. Let's go. Shout out to Unique all the way. He said, yo, Frankie, you legend. Unique. Golden is a legend. I don't know what I am, but he's the legend. Giver's gain. Hashtag Giver's gain. Per Billy. Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Crypto Mafia still nothing. Make sure you have your gifting enabled in your YouTube settings. Shit, Crypto Cowboy said I sniffed Mrs. Candle's hand on my screen and it smelled like birthday cake. Is that weird? Yeah, Crypto Cowpoke. It's only weird because it's like kind of accurate. It's a scratch and sniff emoji. All right, let's continue on. What? Wait, Tony D said, Frankie Candles, this dude Golden DM'd me and complained that YouTube limits him to 500 a day. Golden. Okay, Tony, I did not know he hit you up. Please send me his Discord handle. I need to talk to you, Golden. I appreciate you. Let's go. I'm going to get back into the TA. Golden, you're a legend. Cheeks, I know you gifted a lot, and maybe a Band-Aid gifted a lot today, too. Everybody, Dave Digital, Creighton, Hannah King, thank you guys all for gifting and sending super chats. I really do appreciate you guys endlessly. But I'm going to continue on because we're almost running out of time here. But let's go ahead and move on to Caspa, a crowd favorite. Let's go ahead and check it out on the KuCoin chart. Okay. Let's go ahead and start fresh here. And not on the 4-day chart. But let's start. Not going to be a lot of information here. Okay. So, Caspa. Caspa with a nice little pop ski to the upside. Let's take a look at the weekly. No information on the weekly whatsoever. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, I mean, same thing, right? You got the, again, we have, daily bull div confirmed. This is what's giving a lot of these altcoins a little bit of a move up. You guys will know we have been looking at, hey, Mrs. Candles, come on over here. Mrs. Candles just popped in, guys. You guys will know we had those 2-day bullish divergences on a lot of stuff. I mean, specifically, I remember seeing it on Matic. Take a look at that 2-day. Come on in here. Yeah, we have that 2-day bullish divergence into our support level, looking for those bounces. Haven't seen it play out too aggressively on Matic just yet. But kind of seeing a similar thing happen here. Hey, Mrs. Candles, come here. Let me see your hand. Your face isn't showing. Your face isn't showing. Yeah, it doesn't smell like birthday cake today. Shout out. Yo, do you see you have an emoji? Oh, God. Let's see him today.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, no. She won't show the real hand? Come on. Come on. Okay, fine. I won't. You got to show him the nails. Oh, the pink nails. Was that an old picture? Or yellow? Yeah, what were those? Smells like soap. Anyway, guys, let's continue on here. I have a problem, I know. It's addicting. I don't know. It's like smelling cake all the time. Anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Only hands. Let's go. But let's continue on here. Caspa with the daily bull div, right? Like, did you get it on the? You didn't get it on the 2-day. There's not enough really market cipher beat information here. Let's go. This is Candle's hand in chat. Let's go. Oh God. Yo, Crypto 101 said, please sponsor for better internet. I think we're capped at our internet. Like, I don't think our area gets faster internet, which is kind of a really scary feel. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Yo, Crypto Billy says, Golden, Frankie, I don't know Golden, and I cannot accept any credit except to say I think he was in the Giver's Gain class you had me teach at FCU. Shout out to Golden. Much love. Well, there you go. Shout out to Crypto Billy, bro. I appreciate you so much, dude. You do not have to send that, bro. I love you. I appreciate you. But yeah, I mean, I guess there's no way. Yeah, that kind of does separate them, right? Because Billy would just be blowing hundreds of dollars on this stream. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Bro, thank you so much. You did not have to do that. I appreciate you, but I kind of believe you now. He might have been in the class at FCU, the Giver's Gain class. As you guys know, Billy is also known as Professor Billy. Right? He teaches the Giver's Gain class at FCU. I appreciate you so much, Billy. Thank you so much, bro. You didn't have to send that. I love you, bro. And Golden sending winking faces. I don't know. It's sus, guys. I don't know about this. Golden, I'm going to talk to you tomorrow. Or tonight. I don't know. Either tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to hit you up, bro. We're going to get to the bottom of this. I'm going to FaceTime him. Go face to face. He might be related to Crypto Billy. Crypto Billy gives a lot, too. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was a student of Crypto Billy's Giver's Gain class. Shout out to Dave Digital says, if it's in a super chat, it has to be true. Very true. That is, that is 100% accurate. You can't lie on super chats. It won't go through. If you guys didn't know that, now you do. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Zach, I will take a look at LTC. I saw you say that a couple times. I'll take a look at Litecoin. That'll be the last alt. But let's continue on here. Caspa did not get the 2-day bull div, unfortunately. There's just not a lot of information on the 2-day, but you did get the green dot. But you did get the daily bull div, right? You did get those lower lows on your price action, right? Slightly lower lows. Not the most intense bull div I've ever seen. Lower lows on the price action. Higher lows on your momentum waves. And then pop ski to the upside. Now, I will say this. This actually popped up more. We weren't really looking at Caspa recently, but this actually popped up more than I would have expected, just because your money flow was not really in I guess it kind of was, but money flow was not really in agreement with a big move up here. Question is, are you hitting a golden pocket retracement? Chances are you probably are rejecting it right now. And it was a 786 tap, almost to the dollar there. So definitely going to get some strong resistance here if I had to make a guess. I really wish I could see the higher time frame money flow. We just don't have the price action or the price history on Caspa. 4-hour money flow coming on into the green. So although you are rejecting a little bit off the 786 golden pocket retracement, I wouldn't be surprised if once your VWAP winds up coming down here, if it crosses back up, you may come in for a little bit of a retracement before getting another higher low and continuing your uptrend to the upside. And if you did get another move up, I'm going to go ahead and pull this fib all the way to our high up here. I don't know if you're going to get that full retracement. I'll be 100% honest with you. Yeah, I don't know. I would actually watch this. I would watch this 786. If you do, if this money flow is going to cross over into the green and this is going to give you a bigger green wave and a more of a move to the upside, I would be very cautious around that 786 Fibonacci retracement level. Because at that point, yeah, it's going to be hard to see what the market cipher will look like at that time. But yeah, nice little tap on the golden pocket. I'd be careful of a move up into that 786. But with the way the 4-hour money flow looks, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a little cool off, right? Maybe a little retracement into a, let's see, let's pull this local golden. Yeah, maybe you get a retracement into your local fibs. Boom. Before coming back up and attacking that 786. I don't even know if you'll go all the way back down there. Actually, let me pull this range real quick. Yeah, of course it's in conflict. Yeah, this is what I would look for. I would look for a potential cool off here, off that 4-hour red dot. I don't know if you're going to get lucky enough to come down to the value area high, coming in at 0.03603. But if you did, I'd look for a potential bounce back up to attack the 786, and then at that point, you might be able to get some higher time frame bearish divergences for a bigger move down. But money flow on the 4-hour would be calling for, you know, a higher low and a potential continuation to the upside. But even the 6-hour, 8-hour money flow coming back up. Your 12 and your 16-hour money flow are starting to come back up. But daily money flow doesn't look great. There might be some kind of a wonky head and shoulders. But there you go. I would kind of watch the local price action. Look for a cool off before getting another attack at that potential 786 at 0.04411. All right, let's take a quick look at Doge. Let's see. Take a quick look at Dogeski. Nothing has happened to Doge either. Doge is just kind of just still sitting here. I'm going to start fresh with the TA here. However, shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for that super chat. He says, Professor, what's another name for pirate treasure? Booty. Make that booty work. Booty work. Booty work. Who saw the video? Not this last Sunday, the Sunday before. Oh, no, wait. That wasn't even in the video. It was in the bloopers that we showed the other day. Go check out that short on the channel, guys. It's pretty funny. But anyway, shout out to Creighton C. Shout out to the booty. Let's go. Let's see. Casper just hits different. Yeah, it does. All right, let's see. The professor told me to call him Billy, but Professor is such a good nickname. So confused now. Shout out to Creighton C. All right, let's go ahead and continue on. Now, this does look something. This looks like bearish consolidation to me, to be honest. Obviously. Oh, what am I doing? Obviously, it's a bit wonky, right? Bada boom. I mean, where do you draw the highs to? Yeah, it's a bit wonky, but this does look, this is a little bit of an aggressive angle in my opinion as well, but here's the thing. This does look like a bear flag in my opinion. Now, again, I don't trade just based off this solely, but it is there. So take a look at the daily. You don't have the divergence, but you do have the green dot. Your money flow is generally trending down. Green dot is confirmed. Your 16-hour red dot is printing. Your 12-hour red dot is printing. Yeah, this is a little hard to read, to be honest. The 12 and the 16-hour red dots do have me a little bit concerned. 10-hour red dot also printing. Is this a blood diamond? No. Okay, interesting. Okay, but you have the 12-hour blood diamond. All right, there you go. No 16-hour, no daily. Okay, so 12-hour blood diamond. This is a lot of times, guys, like when you lose a level and you bearishly retest it and you get the confirmation of a blood diamond, a lot of times that's where you get your breakdown. Now, it's not that I'm trading that, right? I'm not trading based off that, but it is something you oftentimes see. Oftentimes on a value area high, we'll see that. The rejection of a fib level. Oftentimes when you get those rejections, and you can't get back above a level and you get the confirmation of a blood diamond, oftentimes that's where you get the move to the downside. So I would be very, very cautious on Dogecoin just because of that blood diamond. In the shorter term, VWAP's starting to come up a little bit more on the, I wouldn't even take that on the 4-hour. It's too far away from the 0 line. 2-hour looking for the green dot. No bullish divergence. 4-hour money flows kind of wonked out, coming back into the red. I'd be a little sussed out. 8-hour blood diamond also printing here. Money flow doesn't look bad. So what I would look for here, to be honest with you guys, if this blood diamond is going to not bring us down like crazy on Dogecoin, if this is not going to be like the nuke of all time, what I would look for is a bull div on the 8-hour, right? You could come down, put that the higher low in, the lower low on your price action, get the higher low on your 8-hour. Because here's the thing, your money flow actually doesn't look too bad. So be careful. So I would be very cautious locally with these blood diamonds. But money flow on the 8-hour looks pretty okay. It doesn't look amazing, but even your 10-hour doesn't look horrible. Your 12-hour is coming up towards that 0 line. So generally trending up with money flow. So that's kind of what makes me think that it might not be the biggest dump ever. But I would be cautious of a potential lower low before putting in some bull divs before getting that bounce to the upside. Money flow on, even the 3-day is potentially looking for a green dot soon. So kind of somewhat similar to Bitcoin with the higher daily time frames, looking to print those green dots. But let's go ahead and let's actually look at this. I'm going to analyze this whole area of price. Yeah. So, there, yeah. And this kind of puts it in perspective, right? Because look at how these levels are respected, right? Respect, 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 right? So, you know, if we do get that 8-hour blood diamond to rip you down, could give you a deviation below your zero line, a little bada boom, bada bing. If you get those bullish signals below that below the value area low. Did I say zero line? Below the value area low, that is likely going to be where you get the move to the upside if you are going to get a bounce here. And again, the reason I would be looking for a bounce, potentially not now, right? I would be looking for a push down right now. But the reason I'd be looking for a bounce would be because you're deviating below that zero line. This is not typically where you want to get overly bearish. If you can get those bullish divergences or whatever bullish signals you're looking for as you deviate, that's likely where the bounce will come in. So there you go. There is Dogecoin. Be very careful in the short term for a potential move down. All right, let's see. Smash that like button. 6 more to 500. Shout out to Golden. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much. Let's see. CryptoMafia said, haven't seen Wick in a minute. Shout out to Wick589. I actually saw him chat somewhere, and he said, hey, boss, I haven't been around. He's been busy with something, he said, but he will be back. All right, let's continue on here. And let's take a look at LTC. I forgot who I saw calling it out. Somebody asked like a bunch of times for Litecoin. So I am going to take a look at it. And then this will be our last altcoin. Oh, hey, shout out to Miss Teen Crypto in the chat. Miss Teen, what is going on? Thank you for stopping by. Everybody show some love to Miss Teen Crypto in the chat. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate you. My paisan from New York. Let's go. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Let's go. Let's see. Okay, let's continue on here. I'm just going to check a stat here. 126 new Frankie Candles memberships were, new members were added today. Shout out to Golden, shout out to Cheek, shout out to maybe a Band-Aid, shout out to everybody who gifted the memberships. Wild numbers. I cannot believe this. It just absolutely insane. We got 500 and something likes. I can't see the full number. Let's get it to 550, and we will add that Frankie Candles hat to the giveaway on top of all the crypto that we will be dropping. Let's see. Jessica said, loved you on Sin City. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. I guess she made an appearance on Sin City Crypto. Shout out to Sin City. Not only, Vegas, but also Sin City, the channel. They're awesome over there. We love them. But let's go ahead and continue on. Let's turn off Market Cipher A just to clean up the chart slightly, and let's take a look. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, shout out to Bubba said, holy memberships again tonight. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Let's go. Thank you for being here. But let's take a look at LTC, guys, real quick. Looking more similar to Bitcoin, in my opinion, than other things, right? I'm going to pull the range here from this area of price action. Lost that range clearly. And where can we find another area of balance? I would argue I'd pull it here, right? And let's see. Where are we bouncing at? Well, coincidentally, like, we don't make this up, right? This is, and I have not looked at this in the past, guys. This is just simply looking at the chart right now. I look at the chart in terms of volume profiles. It does not mean that if you look at it a different way, shout out to Crypto Mafia. I'm rooting for you, Crypto Mafia. They're like, let's not talk about memberships, guys. I don't have one. Shout out to Crypto Mafia. We'll try to get you one. I assume you have your settings set the right way to accept the gifts. But yeah, let's see. All right, let's continue on. Like, where are we sitting at right now? We are sitting right on top of that previous value area high from this little area of consolidation down here. And a lot of people say, where do you pull your ranges from? And although I do have rules to where I pull my ranges from, oftentimes what I do is I kind of freestyle, right? I'm kind of like just looking here, and I'm like, where would I pull this range? Like, I didn't look at a specific date. I didn't look at a specific price. I don't know. I've just been doing it for so long. I just kind of spot those areas where price found fair value. And I'm just able to find them very quickly. I think it's just a result of staring at the charts for so long. But when, like, this isn't just like all fairy dust, right? Where have we got? I mean, we've gotten respect directly on this level, almost to the dollar on that previous value area high, right? And like, it's not that you can't look at a fib like that. I'm sure there's other levels here, but this value area high is significant, right? And I would actually argue that we are now tapping on the door to that area. And here's the thing. We are looking very, 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 very similar to Bitcoin. And the reason I say that is because you could be putting in that bullish divergence on your daily, right, into a key level of support. It's not as easy as just finding a bull div and trading it, right? Like, you could do that. Granted, your hit rate would be somewhat decent. Like, I would like, you don't just want to blindly long bull divs and blindly short bear divs. But when you can get these patterns or signals at key levels, right, which, again, I would argue this is a key level of support because it is that previous value area high. And, again, not only is it a key level to look for a bounce at, but we know now it gives us context into what price is likely to do next, right? Because we know that if you get below that level and you can't get back above it, exactly, crate and see, I don't even have to ask them the question, you're likely going to go straight towards your POC and eventually visit the value area low, which if Bitcoin is going to go ahead and, get that, come down towards that 786 for that like double bottom, which I would expect more of a higher low, but we could consider it a potential double bottom if we get down to that 18 to 17K range. If Bitcoin does that, it would not be unlikely for Litecoin to get back down to these levels, this value area low coming in at $49. I would actually argue it wouldn't be impossible for it to go a little bit lower than that. But this now we have context because if we can't get back, we can't hold this value area high as support and we get stuck underneath it, we now know where price is likely to go. And we can obviously use that to our advantage to make some money. So this is what I would look for. Like, look for that bull div on the daily, right? If we confirm that bull div, we get this green dot. If we get it, right now the VWAP is getting rejected. But if you get that green dot, you could get a significant bounce off of this level. Again, if that divergence presents itself. Now, you're also likely going to get it on your 16-hour and your 12-hour as well. 12-hour would likely print first. Taking a look at the lower time frames, you are getting a green dot here on your 6-hour. No bullish divergence. You do technically have a bull div. You have the lower lows, higher lows, more in the macro here. So you do have a technical bull div. So could potentially bounce off this level, especially the fact that it is that value area high. I would actually love to see if we have any confluence here. I doubt we do with a fib level, to be honest. Not quite. We hit that 786 retracement right here. But, no real confluence on that value area high. It is between the golden pocket and 786, but it's a pretty broad range. Let's see if we pull it to this high. Okay. Well, if you pull it from this low to your high, you do have 786 confluence. That's somewhat interesting. But yeah, I would look for a potential bounce at this level, guys. You got the 6-hour bull div. What about the 8-hour? 8-hour looking to print the bull div with money flow coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if you're able to get a move up here. And if you don't get a move up here and you lose support, can't get back above, like, you just now know where price is likely to go next, right? So kind of a clear analysis here on Litecoin, right? Daily. Also, you put the daily bull div in would be an even better look for that bounce. And then take a look at the higher time frames. 4-day green dot confirmed. 5-day looking to print the green dot. 6-day also looking to print the green dot. However, money flow is bearish, right? Indicating that the trend will likely continue to the downside. And with that, I wouldn't expect this to be some kind of a massive move to the upside. It might be a significant move, but if we do wind up getting it, I would look, I'm very similar to a lot of these other coins, look up towards that POC /786 for a potential lower high to come back down to lower prices. So, again, like, very speculative here. No one's going to be able to call the price action this accurately, but maybe you get all these bull divs. If these bull divs are going to give you a bounce, maybe you come up. I would first watch that value area low for a rejection. That's going to be a pretty significant level to watch as well. So I'll put a purple box around that as it is resistance. So first area I would look is the value area low. And then the second area, would be the golden pocket or value area high. But because you have your golden pocket 786 and value area high so close to each other here, I'm actually going to make that one big zone. So if we continue up, if you get that daily bull div, it gives you a big move up. If you don't reject here, If you're able to get above this level, I'd look for a bounce into the golden pocket value area high 786 to put in that macro lower high before continuing back down to lower prices. And again, that's not just because I feel like we're going to come down lower because it's September. It's based off the high time frame money flow analysis, amongst other things, right? Like Bitcoin's not looking too hot right now either. So it would make a lot of sense for that to happen, right? Especially if we get that retracement on Bitcoin into that level that we're looking at, which again is not guaranteed. But if we did get that, it'd make a lot of sense to see something similar happen here on Litecoin. So there we go, guys. That is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Let's see. All Set Miner said, you know that meme with the dude in the yellow. Hang on. You know that meme with the dude in the yellow suit rubbing his hands. I see this guy in the corner rubbing his hands. Mr. Gensler himself. I actually don't know. Maybe I do know the meme. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know it off the top of my head. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto for gifting those 5 Frankie Candles memberships. We have now knighted 131 Frankie Candles CandleMafia members into the Frankie Candles membership. Let's go. Shout out to everybody gifting memberships. I love you all. Thank you so much. We got to be close. We have to be close to 550. Oh, 521. So dang close. Let's go. But guys, as I pull up the wheel of pain and pleasure here so we can go ahead and get our giveaways going, or our, not the actual giveaways, but we'll see how many giveaways we'll get. Go ahead and smash that like button. 550 likes. We will add a Frankie Candles hat to the giveaway, color of your choice. And I'll actually, while we're spinning the wheel, let me pull up the merch. Let me pull up the merch site real quick so I can take a look at. I don't even really know all the colors we have right now. We do have a bunch, and I think we just added a bunch of new colors. Let's see. Is it just an option? Okay, yeah, we got the biscuit and blue, which I don't have an example of right now. But it's like, what color is this? Okay, yeah, no, this is not biscuit and blue. But we have the coffee and khaki. I'll just show it. Here we go. But yeah, we got the coffee and khaki. It is a little bit more khaki than that. It's a little washed out in this picture. All black. There you go. Just black in the front, black in the back. Nice little badge. Oh, look at that guy. Hey, let's go. But there's the coffee and khaki. Or no. This is the coffee and khaki. This is the gray and black. This is the biscuit and blue. And then this one is the all black. And this one is not on the site. We're calling this Carhartt brown. It's like the color of a Carhartt jacket. But anyway, you guys can go ahead and check out that on frankiecandles.com if you're interested. But if you're not, might as well try to win a free one. So let's go ahead and spin that wheel. Shout out to Ninja Fourth. Shout out to you. Thank you for that super sticker. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Miss Teen Crypto said, light the candle of your heart and smash that like. Let's go. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. Thanks for hanging out with us here today. We appreciate you. And we got to get you on the show sometime soon here, Miss Teen. It's on the list. We're going to have you come on the show. People ask us all the time, have Miss Teen Crypto on. I don't know when we have our next guests on, but we're going to try to hook that up soon. There's Wick. Let's go. Shout out to Wick589. They were just saying they haven't seen you in a while, and I think you told me that you were busy doing something. You weren't going to be around. I forget what it was, but shout out to Wick589. Tony D said, I asked Golden why he's donating so much. More people need to learn from those who are not full of themselves. Frankie is awesome. Zero selfishness. Shout out to Golden. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really do appreciate that, man. Let's get these spins going. Yeah, guys, I don't know. I think, yeah, I don't know. It's like, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just like, try to act normal. I just try to be myself. I'm not trying to be up here acting like I'm the coolest guy in school. I'm just out here. I genuinely feel blessed to be able to wake up and do TA all day long and trade all day long and teach people and help people all day long and call it my job. It's the coolest thing in the world, and I don't have anything to hide. Like, I don't try to be something I'm not. I've tried to do that in my life before. It never ended good, right? So I just, like, the best thing I can do is act 100% normal and 100% as genuine as I possibly can. Now, I'm not saying I scream talk like this when I'm not in front of a camera. I actually do oftentimes. But, obviously, I'm on camera. I try to be entertaining. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't, I don't know. I don't know. I just try to be normal. Like, I just try to be me. I got nothing to hide. I got no spiel. I got no, like, I just genuinely, like, you know what I think it is? I'm sure a lot of people out there probably think, like, oh, like, they probably think I brand myself like this. That's not the case. Like, people probably think, like, it's funny because, like, I am just the, like, I'm just the epitome of, like, I genuinely love what I do, and you can't compete with that. So, like, I just keep showing up, and because I genuinely love it. I wouldn't be able to do this every day. I wouldn't be able to do 2-hour live streams after, like, a 10-hour workday, and then do a 2-hour full live stream enthusiastically and full of energy if I didn't genuinely love it. I would be miserable. I would, like, turn the cameras off and be like, oh, God, I can't do this any longer. I genuinely love this. This live stream turns my bad days into good days. I've had days where I have sat here and gone, I don't know if I can do this today. Like, I'm either in a bad mood or obviously, life happens. I have crazy stuff happen in my life, bad things, good things, all this stuff. And I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't love it. It's just like, you can't fake that. So I don't know. People are just like, man, how do you keep going so much? I don't know. It doesn't feel like I'm going. I just feel like I'm having fun. I feel like I'm cheating. Like, I don't know. Like, I just feel lucky. I don't know how I got this lucky. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, shout out to Golden. I guess Golden appreciates it a lot, and I appreciate you appreciating that. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto, said you got to keep going. You got the sauce, Frankie. Shout out to Miss Teen Crypto. I appreciate you so much for being here, and we're just here to share that sauce with the CandleMafia and Miss Teen Crypto when she pops in. Shout out to you guys. But guys, with all that being said, that is all the time I've got for tonight's live stream. Trust me, I would go for 24 hours if I could. Tony D simply won't let me because it's not sustainable, he says. I mean, I wanted to try it. He didn't let me. Anyway, guys, with all that being said, shout out to Dave Digital, said, why do I have a feeling I'm going to see Golden featured on an episode of Matthew Cox? Matthew Cox, is that the guy that was like a scammer? That guy like did like a bunch of bank fraud or something? Is that who that was? I think I watched an interview with him one time. I could be making that up. I have no idea. But yeah, shout out to Dave Digital. I don't know what I don't even know what Matthew Cox is. But anyway, guys, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I could hear Mrs. Candle's stomach growling from here. Shout out to Golden, said, I don't know who that is. I don't think I do either. But guys, I appreciate everybody for tuning in and sticking around till the end of the live stream. Smash that like button on your way out. We didn't hit 550 likes. But if we hit it before the first song ends in the waiting room, I'll add that hat to the giveaway anyway. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see if anything happens to Bitcoin. I hope so. That's all I got. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believe me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy. Yeah, Mayweather with the defense. I don't care what a critic got to say. I got them picking up the pieces. That mean you really playing with your life. I'm about to come and run it all back. I'm the new era, about to snap back. You ain't fitting for it cause you all cap like. Hold up, I shoot my shot, wait, hold up. I'm really about to run this go up. You know it's all net when it go up. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play the same.
Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing, keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get big right, cause it can
please don't play no games with me, I promise I'm too much. Ay, I can never let up even if you had enough. Ay, this ain't for the faint of heart, we always playing rough.
I had enough, it ain't luck. I needed a vision, I needed ambition, I needed a mission to beat in submission with no intermission. I see the collision, the crash in the distance, they coming off track, no. Now when they ask what's the motive, don't talk like the show. They all about to see what I mean in the moment. I gotta keep going, I'm shaking the dice and I'm keeping it rolling, they already know. Ain't got no other plans, you don't need to understand, ayy. We on overtime, you don't need to understand, ayy. You just show them how to do it when you don't know what to say. Tell me how you plan to win if you plan to play it safe. Moving fast, already gone, yeah, but you bringing me back. Try to double cross me, dog, just let me relax. Stop assuming what we doing. Keep it moving, what we doing. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous. Cause it can get dangerous.
How do you get them to smell like? It smells like candy. Whoa! Tony D. Is Tony D in chat right now? Tony D, you need to be in studio from now on. That's a rule. I meant to pull up the live. That was... I gotta go, guys. That's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. You saw nothing. Shout out to the candle gods. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Love you all. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, you know, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road.